boys and girls? Welcome to a brand new racetrack, the Lucas Oil Raceway, for race number 4, season number 3 of the ChrisKraft Cup Series. Now, it may look like a normal oval when you see the front stretch, but the back stretch, just a little different. This is an inverted oval. We've seen this before in the ChrisKraft Cup Series with the Los Angeles Raceway, but we have brought it to the ChrisKraft Cup Series to see how these drivers will do here on an inverted oval. The first time we have seen this in the ChrisKraft Cup Series. Thank you, ChrisKraft, for the idea. Now, we have Kyle Busch on the front row next to his former teammate, Martin Truex Jr., who is retiring after this season. We'll see how these two can do. Truex is looking for his second win on the season, on his career, before he ends his career at the end of the season, and Kyle Busch is looking for his first win. Looking at the drivers to watch, Kyle Busch, like we just said, he's looking for his first win today here at the Lucas Oil Raceway, his first ever pole, and his first time really doing good in the RCR number 8. Well, this is only his, fourth race in that car, so, it makes sense. Kyle Busch on the pole today. And then we got Big Bad Brad Keselowski starting in third, also looking for his first win on the series. He came close in season number 1 at the Martinsville Speedway, but just came short to his teammate Ryan Blaney, who sits right behind him in fourth, looking for his second win on the season and yet another win on his career here at the Lucas Oil Raceway. We'll see how those two do. And then with an exceptional qualifying run, driving the number 2 after Brad Keselowski moved to the 6, Austin Cindric in his second full-time season with the ChrisKraft Cup Series starts in 6th today. We'll see how he does here. This is his first time, I think, qualifying in the top 10 ever in his career, so we'll see how this goes out for him. And then starting about mid-pack, the man behind the mischief, Ross Chastain, as we saw last race, flashback time, he wrecked Josh Berry. He put the bumper to him heading into turn number 6 and put Berry into the wall and ended his day. Of course, Josh Berry wasn't very happy. And then on that restart, actually, AJ Allmendinger got the jump, but Chastain, doing Chastain things, puts the bumper to the 16 car, and he flips over, and it ends up in a physical conflict. He has been penalized minus 20 points in the point standing, so that hit him big time. We're going to see if he can get those points back with a good finish today. And then Austin Dillon. Some people may say he was a clown for what he did at Richmond, but this time he was a clown to himself. He wrecked in qualifying earlier this week, and he put himself at the back of the field. And yes, no wrecking each other for the win is allowed, and for, unfortunately, all you Ross Chastain fans, no Hail Melons are allowed either. So, let's get racing. Here is your command to fire the engines by the one, the only, Larry McReynolds.
Pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
There he is, as energetic as he always is. Larry Mack getting this race underway here today. Here is your starting lineup. On the front row, you got Speedway Racing Network and Jamin Horton. In row 2, you have NASCAR 77 and the Best YT username. In row 3, you got Aiden Clips and Austin Cindric. In row 4, you got Hardy's Worker 1000 and Chris Buescher. In row 5, you got Jimmy Johnson and NASCAR Dude. In row 6, you got Michael McDowell and Blake Plays. In row 7, you got Speed Cup Stop Motion and Bryce Lamb. In row 8, you have Chase Briscoe and Carson Hocevar. In row 9, you got Todd Gilliland and Andy. In row 10, you got John Hunter Nemechek and Tristan Wachwowski. I still don't know how to say your name. In row 11, you got Corey LaJoy and Daniel Suarez. In row 12, you got MLCS Racing Network and Ricky Stenhouse. In row 13, you have Josh Berry and Daniel Hemrick. In row 14, you got Eric Jones and Kimi Räikkönen. In row 15, you got Anthony Alfredo and Bubba Wallace. And in the final row, you have Harrison Burton and Austin Dillon. The cars are lined up and the caution lights have gone out. We are ready to go racing here at the Lucas Oil Raceway for the first time in the ChrisKraft Cup Series. Green flag is in the air. Kyle Busch takes the early lead into turn number 1. Here comes Brad Keselowski. Ryan Blaney up through the middle to take the second position. Keselowski hangs on to third. Keselowski now takes second. Kyle Busch leads the first lap. Here comes Ryan Blaney with another run, and he's got that second position. Kyle Larson coming up through the field. Busch has got a pretty good gap. Larson now up in second. Here comes Chastain into the mix. Chase Elliott now making his way through as he's up to second, quickly closing in on Kyle Busch. He's going to make the pass coming into turn number 3. Chase Elliott is your new leader at lap 3. He's quickly pulling away, and we got a car sideways. It's Brad Keselowski around, and he collects Ryan Blaney. And the caution is out for the first time today. With 2 Fords involved, Brad Keselowski and Ryan Blaney. Their days come to an end early as they are both out of this race. Oh man, a lot of damage on that number 12 car. I'm not sure if a tire went out or something on the 6 car. Let's take a look at the replay and see if we can find out what happened. So everything's normal coming into 1. Oh, a tire blew, it looks like. He backed it into the wall, and Blaney, wrong place at the wrong time, and just hops over. Both cars have been towed away, and the green flag is out for the second time today. Ellie with an amazing jump over Kyle Busch. Chastain now looking for that second spot. Not going to work out. Busch holds on. Here comes Joey Logano into the mix, looking to make a difference here. William Byron and Denny Hamlin now fighting for position. Kyle Busch is right on Chase Elliott's bumper. Car upside down on the front straightaway. It's William Byron. A violent crash, and the red flag is going to be thrown. And there's a roadblock on the front straightaway. Man, what a tumble for William Byron. Tumbling at least 2-3 times there as the field stops, as the track gets cleared. As you see Jimmy Johnson on top of Kyle Larson's hood there. Quite a few DNFs here on this crash. As you see there, it's a lot bigger than it was. I have no idea what's happened. Let's look at the replay. Looks like contact between Byron and Truex. Oh, yup. That's definitely what caused it. Then they all stacked up, and that's what caused the roadblock. Luckily, everyone that was involved in this incident was okay. However, obviously, the cars are not. The traffic has been cleared, and we are ready for the restart. And we have gone into overtime. 2 laps remain, and there's the green. Looks like Kyle Busch is going to take the early lead into turn number 1. Here comes Chase Elliott back to his inside, not giving up that lead without a fight. Kyle Busch right on his bumper. He's going to try to move to the inside. It's not going to work out there. White flag one more time around. Kyle Busch takes the lead. Chase Elliott tries to cross over, and he does so. Into 3 for the final time. Busch moves Elliott out of the way, and Kyle Busch steals the win at the line. If that was not an amazing race, I've never seen one. Kyle Busch getting his first ever win in the ChrisKraft Cup Series here today from the pole, beating Chase Elliott by moving him out of the way in turn number 4 to get the win. Let's go through a rundown of your race results. Taking on the win was Kyle Busch. In second was Chase Elliott. In third was Ross Chastain. In fourth was Martin Truex Jr. And in fifth was Denny Hamlin. In sixth was Corey LaJoie. In seventh was Joey Logano. In eighth, Chase Briscoe. In ninth, Alex Bowman. And in 10th, Daniel Suarez. In 11th, Ryan Preece. In 12th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. In 13th, Kimi Räikkönen. In 14th, Christopher Bell. And in 15th was Austin Dillon. In 16th was Todd Gilliland. 17th, Daniel Hemrick. 18th, John Hunter Nemechek. 19th, Ty Gibbs. And 20th was Eric Jones. 21st was Bubba Wallace. 22nd was Anthony Alfredo. 23rd, Harrison Burton. 24th, Chris Buescher. And 25th was Carson Hocevar. 26th was Michael McDowell. 27th, Austin Cindric. 28th, Noah Gragson. 29th, Jimmy Johnson. And 30th was Kyle Larson. 31st was the 4, Josh Berry. 32nd, William Byron. 33rd, Ryan Blaney. And rounding out the field today, the first early exit of this race was the 6 of Brad Keselowski. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it here at the Lucas Oil Raceway. What a race. An amazing battle for the lead the whole way pretty much through the race. A flip midway through and leading to an overtime restart and more lead battles, and then Kyle Busch moving Chase Elliott out of the way in the final corner to steal the win. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching here, race number 4. Up next on the schedule, we are going short track racing at the Richmond International Raceway. I think that's the name. I lost track because they have changed so many names that it's hard to even keep track of the name. But anyway, that's where we're headed next for race number 5. And the ChrisKraft Cup Series will be taking some time off because I am actually waiting for the diecast this time. Hopefully it won't be too much of a delay. That way I can get to work on the weekends. That's the only time I have to work basically because, school exists. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in race number 5. ChrisKraft signing out.